You see, Matthew is calling us to behold Jesus for who he truly is. See, he's not just the high king of glory. He is the humble servant king who has come to suffer the penalty of sin for us so that we might be cleansed from sin and be able to be with the glorious God himself. You see, Jesus bridges the impossible gap between God's righteous holiness and humanity's sinfulness, because what he does is he cleanses us so that instead of being crushed by the utter holiness of God, we might be brought into it. You see, it is so important that you see Jesus as the suffering servant, as the humble king. You see, if Jesus is just the king of glory, you can know his overwhelming power, but because he is the servant king, you can know his unending loving kindness. You see, if Jesus is just the king of glory, then you should run from him because of your sin. But because he is also the suffering servant who has suffered for you, you can run to him with your sin so that you might be cleansed. You see, if Jesus is just the king of glory, you would think God only wants joy and blessings for his people. But because Jesus is the humble suffering servant, we can make sense of the pain and the problems in life, knowing that the king who has come to rescue us has suffered himself. You see, if Jesus is just the high king of glory, there is no hope or joy or life. There's only fear. But because he is also the humble servant king who suffered and died for you, there is unending joy. There is immeasurable blessing, even in the midst of pain.